Episode 28. It is time to learn why and how you can inspire your audience to become super fans. You know, when I first got started with my personal branding, building my network marketing business, and trying to build a following on social media, I got really confused on what really matters, what doesn't. Why was it taking so long? And could I move this faster? And was there a course that was out there that could help me find the easiest way to avoid the crickets on social media and find my tribe and become an influencer? What I found is that I was wasting thousands and thousands of dollars buying course after course after course, and I was getting absolutely nowhere. So I'm excited because in this episode, I'm going to share with you how you can build an influence to inspire your audience to stick around and become a super fan. What's up, healer? My name is Marina Simone. I teach busy mompreneurs how to slay online sales by leveraging social media to build their personal brand for their network marketing business. How do we take somebody that reads our content, views a video, or sees something that we've put out there and turn them into a super fan? This was something that I would rack my brain with every single week. In fact, there were moments when I would cry to my husband over and over again about why isn't this happening for me? Why can't I make more money? Why can't I just get my name out there when I see other people that are doing it and they're not that much different from me? Well, I have to tell you, there were 3 things that I wasn't doing that I'm going to share with you where you need to be building your influence. Number 1 is an email list. This you own. We don't own social media platforms. We don't own a lot of the platforms out there that we use, but you own your email list. And you need to be in constant contact with your email list, providing value. The second place is having your own Facebook group. This has been tremendous for the healers. We built a community. We provide value for one another. I do free trainings in there. And over the matter of 1 year's time, we have over 8,000 members inside of that free Facebook training group. And the third place to build that influence with your audience is social media. What platforms are you going to use? You need to make this decision, and I suggest building 2 really well. So for me, I chose Facebook and Instagram. Now we work on LinkedIn and we repurpose content for Twitter and we repurpose content for Snapchat and all the other places. But Facebook and Instagram were the 2 platforms that we chose for the Moms and Heels brand. So why these 3 places? Because I wanted to find a way to get into my audience's head. I wanted to be seen consistently in my audience's news feeds on social media, in their inbox, and in their face. And these 3 ways were the fastest ways that I could find to build my influence. And believe it or not, when you simultaneously are doing all 3, you can build your influence pretty quickly. But in order to be an influencer, you have to learn what it takes. You need to know what it means, and you need to understand it's all about inspiration. It's about making an impact and really inspiring your audience to want to continue to watch you. So I want to go over with you a little bit about what an influencer is and what it's not, and what you need to kind of open your eyes to. So how about some of these myths? I always thought in order to be an influencer that I needed to be famous, or I needed to write a book, or I needed to, have some luck, or maybe I just had to have somebody discover me to become famous, right? All of these myths were in my head of what I thought it had to be and what I had to be in order to be an influencer. And I want you to know that every single one of those things are myths. I am just like you. I'm a normal human who just went through obstacles, went through things in her life that she wasn't afraid to share. I got vulnerable. I started making an impact on my audience by sharing ways and providing value that they could overcome the obstacles that maybe I've already overcame before. So what I did, 3 things that I did that I truly believed helped me to create an audience that stuck around and created some super fans, which are now my healer community, are 1, I built authority. 2, I showed real results. I provided value and I allowed my healers to get it for free. I allowed them to see the impact that I could make on them without asking for anything back. And the 3rd was building that following and being very consistent and not giving up. So what's holding you back from positioning yourself as an influencer? Because of all the stories you're telling yourself in your head, all those myths that you think you have to be something that you don't have to be? Your story is just as powerful as mine. In fact, it could be more powerful than what I've gone through. It could be more impactful to more humans. You could become bigger than me, and I've had clients of mine do it before. I think another myth that's out there is you have to be this marketing genius. You have to put out all this money out into the universe, put it all out there in order for you to become big. Because yes, you do need to spend money to make money, but I have to tell you that the money I've spent, I've actually figured out other ways in order to build my influence. So I don't want you to think you have to empty your pockets to become this influencer, because it's just not true. Remember, healer, if you can include these 3 things into your everyday while building your influence and helping your audience to fall in love with your content, I promise you, you can absolutely build super fans. So 1 is consistency, 2 is hard work, and 3 is being vulnerable even though it sucks. I know it sucks to share things that maybe you failed at, but people need to know that failure is a part of success. So let's sum up what your audience needs from you in order for you to build influence and to inspire your audience to want to stick around and fall in love with your content. 1 is they need to know that you care. They need to know that you don't want to just make a buck off of them, that you're willing to put out free information for them until that time comes when it's time for you to maybe start charging for your services. The 2nd is know how to deliver your content to provide that value and to stay consistent with it. Your audience needs to know they can depend on you being there. The 3rd is build real relationships. Don't look at what you can get, look at what you can give. I can tell you that when my mindset shift happened and I stopped worrying about what I was gonna get, and I started to give, my business changed. The 4th is you need to collaborate. They need to see other faces, not just yours. Do some interviews, collaborate with some other leaders, or maybe there's some other influencers that you can collaborate with and interview on social media, or maybe do, like an email when you email it out and you're giving value. Here's the thing, it's not just a me game, it's a we game in this industry, and you need to collaborate. And the last is being authentic and genuine. It's so important that people know that this is the real you. If you're a different person on social media than you are in person, I promise you people will figure it out. People will get sick and tired of you and they'll find a new person to fall in love with. So I hope this was helpful. I can't wait to see you next week for the next training. Remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new training. Feel free to share this with your team members or share this with anyone else that you think might get some value from it.